Windows or Mac, which is better? I can make a whole video why this mouse is stupid. See, it crashed. I didn't even do anything. It was just here and it crashed. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is King Sam. I make motion graphics and graphics related content right here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes so that I've been getting questions of what systems do you use? What do you use for your recordings? What phone do you use? Oddly enough, you know, a lot of all these questions, and in this video I'm going to be answering all these questions one by one. And the first question is, what do you use as your daily driver for making animations? And what I use is my iMac M1. I'm going to drop the specs on the screen. 8 gig RAM, 500 gigabytes of hard disks. And I know some people might be saying, oh my god, King Sam, I don't have that. That's why I'm making animations. After Effects running on my system sounds like a jet engine. And I've spoken about this thing before. I started learning After Effects on a 2 gig RAM second generation system, very old one. Just download the older version of After Effects and use that with that here or there. And the second laptop I have said is not that powerful. Now this is my 8 gigabyte RAM. Yes, 8 gigabyte RAM. Dell, I think it's Latitude E5540, and it's not a strong, it's not like a powerful system. It's just a 6th generation and it's 8 gigs of RAM. What I did was that I had to change the internal HDD to SSD. So inside the system now, there are 2 SSDs. One for the booting, one that I used to install my apps on top. So there's a 256 gig big flat SSD, and there's an other like 500 gigabytes SSD inside. And because of the expanded storage, and since it's SSD, it actually runs better. So if you want to give your old laptop new life, you can get an SSD. I don't know how much SSD is. By the time I got the 256 gig that time, I think it was around like 60,000. No, I think 500 gig was around 60,000. So yeah, it depends the price of SSDs now in your area. Now for another question I get asked a whole bunch is Windows or Mac, which is better? And I'm first going to say this with a heavy heart, and I'm not taking the bias of, okay, my Windows system is slower than my MacBook. No, because I've used powerful Windows before. There was a job I had before that they actually gave me like an Alienware to be using, so I've used powerful system Windows before. But I'm going to say this, and it's killing me because I am a gamer at heart. In my heart of hearts, I'm a gamer. It's my PS4 pad here. So before I go forward in this video is brought to you by the Ancestors. Their new album is out right now. Like always, I'll drop my favorite song, is still Waves.
When you will be mine, oh, I pray them no mind, oh, my love's on the line, oh, pick up like the tide, oh.
And coming in a close second is called 𝗵𝗲𝗹𝗽. So the link is in the video description. Check out their album. It was written by a friend of theirs who passed away, and they came together and helped him finish the songs that he was writing and release the song as an album in tribute to their friend. And it's a beautiful story, and the album is amazing. Go check it out. Now back to the video. Apple is better. But the truth matter is that since I switched to Apple, I have not experienced Photoshop crash, After Effects crash, or Premiere Pro crash. I haven't experienced the 3 of them crash before. Okay, I've experienced Premiere Pro crash once, and that was because I overloaded the memory. I was trying to export at like a bizarre high quality, and it was a long video. I wanted to export at high quality. It just works, and it's crazy because I've never been somebody that wanted to own anything Apple before in my life, but it works. It's good. It's good. It pains me to say, but it's good. But will I give up this for like a very powerful PC? Yes. Today I will. But oh my god, I've gotten so used to the Apple everything that this is amazing. It's amazing. Apple really packed a whole lot of machine into just a screen. So thumbs up Apple. So now combine what I'm using in my Windows and my Mac. I also have accessories that I use. First of all, the Apple mouse. Okay, I can make a whole video why this mouse is stupid. This mouse design is one of the, I want to meet the person that designed this mouse and let's fight. Because first of all, anytime it's dying, you have to charge it under. That means as you're charging this, you cannot do any other work again. This is so dumb. I don't know who did this. When you can literally plug and charge any mouse for how many years? This is not a very good design. So I don't know who did this mouse, but the person needs to be beaten. And I thought this mouse would be very, very bad until I started using it. I don't know why, but the gestures on this mouse, the swipe, double swipe up and down, it is so good. I like the swiping gestures on this mouse. It's very, very uncomfortable to hold in your hand, but swiping gestures make this thing crazy to use. And I've given it a lot of tongue lashing because of the charging port down here, but once you charge it once, it takes time before the battery dies. Props to Apple, but it's a stupid design and a stupid shape. Please fix this. I don't know why. Also, Apple keyboard, everything came together. So I don't think I have plenty thoughts on this. Just a very okay keyboard. It's not like the best keyboard I've ever used, but it's okay. It gets the job done. That's all. It's meh. And oh, the sound. It has very, very good sound, so I can give it that. But other than that, I'd like anybody to go outside and buy the Apple keyboard. Maybe if you like it, but I think just buying like a mechanical keyboard will do you better. I had a mechanical keyboard once. It spotted I was traveling. See, it crashed. I didn't even do anything. It was just here and it crashed. Windows, you're not beating the allegations. Now, the next thing I'm using for my Windows system is I have to find a mouse. So this is not like a Logitech or anything. It's just a very generic mouse. But there are two very good indications I use when I want to buy a mouse. I like the mouse, first of all, to be wired or wireless, because you can actually plug this in with the Type-C port here, and it has to be rechargeable. Then finally, it has to have side buttons. So the side buttons are like a deal breaker for me. If I see a mouse that doesn't have side buttons, I don't like it. Secondly, I don't want to be buying batteries. I've had mouses. I've had mice before that I need to buy batteries for. They are not good. And the battery just tend to spoil at the most unexpected time in the night by 12 a.m. point like 3 a.m. That's when the battery has spoiled. And I've been looking for how to get mouse by 12 midnight or by 3 a.m. Nah, it's not good. So just look for a very good rechargeable wire or wireless mouse. I got this online. I think I got this from Jumia for around 6,000 naira. So it's not actually expensive, but it's a very good mouse. I don't have complaints since I've been using it. When I'm working also, I like listening to music. So I have my Samsung Space Buds, Galaxy Buds. What do they call them again? My Samsung Galaxy Buds here. This is very, very good. And one reason why I might not actually buy them again is because I like sleeping with music in my ears. So when I lie down, it's touch sensitive. So it's either increasing the music or reducing the music. I know you can change that with the app, but I have my knockoff JBLs here. Yeah, knockoffs. Because yeah, sometimes you just need something that just put over your ear so that you can actually just, lost yourself beside the music for a while. It doesn't sound as good and it's not great, but it gets the job done if I just want to just put something on my ears and just tune myself out when I'm going to like work on something else. So now for my camera gear. First of all, I don't have a camera. I had the opportunity to choose between buying an extra phone for filming or buying a camera for actually recording myself, and I went with an extra phone because it's a little bit more versatile and you have an extra phone. And the phone I'm using right now, but it's recording, I'm using like a 13 Pro for my videos, like talking head videos like this. I'm using like a 13 Pro. The phone is good, and the reason why I bought the 13 Pro is basically because of the video, and I don't want to just have two Androids. So but I have an Android and a Samsung, because for some reason, if you're just walking around with a Samsung, people believe that you don't just have money to buy an iPhone. So the 13 Pro is my phone of choice. I just have one of my random SIMs inside, and it does the job very, very well. Good camera quality, cinematic mode so that it can blur out everything that's at my back like this. I'll advise if you're going for a phone and maybe you want to go for an iPhone, not the Android, and you're looking for any phone, 13 Pro is the place you should start from if you're trying to like upscale your videos, because it's the entry level for cinematic mode, and cinematic mode is very, very good, especially when you're shooting in less than ideal conditions. So it can just help you to blur out the background so that you have this natural bokeh effect. Very, very good. I'm talking more about it. Now, the second phone I use is my Samsung, and this is an S21 Plus. I'm welcome to life for you people. S21 Plus, and this is like my main phone. I'm never. This phone is the most important thing that I have in this life, because I don't. The iPhone is just basically a second phone. This is like my most important phone. So what I use to record my videos so that I can maintain myself in the middle of the shot properly and can help me, you know, to just give me very stable videos a lot of times is I have a tripod. I cannot show the tripod now because I'm using it. And if I'm going handheld, I have this. This is the DJI Mobile SE. This is a gimbal, and it's very, very cool, and I love it so much. And I use this basically when I'm like covering events, because I used to cover events when I was back in school. And if I'm recording myself and I just want to go handheld, I don't want it to shake too much, I can use it. It also comes with this kickstand that you can actually just set it down anywhere and it just stands on its own. So the DJI Mobile SE is amazing. It's awesome. Highly recommend this for any filmmaker, like mobile filmmaker, obviously. And I think there's a pro version for cameras, but this is godsend. It's super stable, magnetic phone holder and everything. So yeah. And the other thing is that when you're working on videos, you end up having a lot of files. And if you're someone like me who also watches animes and movies and series, you need storage. And that's where this is coming. And each one of them is around, I think one is around 1 terabyte and one is around 750 megabytes. And this is basically my backup for my apps, my files that I cannot lose, some important client data that I've worked on. So I just put them in, the two of them at once. So I don't have one backup. So if this one crashes, I have almost everything that is inside here also. So it's very, very important, and always back up your files. Very, very cool. And if you cannot pay for online storage, because Apple, I'm not paying for iCloud. I'm not paying for iCloud. Back it up physically. Next thing we're going to talk about is my second screen, because my two laptops are connected to my second screen. I can easily just switch between the two screens, and it's an LG panel, and I got it because I needed something that's color accurate when I was only using this laptop, and this is more color accurate than my laptop because my laptop screen is not color accurate at all. So I got the LG panel. It's very, very cool, and it helps me very well when I'm working, basically primarily on my Windows PC because it's not color accurate. My MacBook screen is a whole lot more color accurate, so having a second monitor, especially when you are working on videos in After Effects or videos in Premiere Pro, having a bigger timeline to work on, and you can just move the video to that screen, is goated. And this is one of the best investments I made. Having a second screen is amazing. If I could have more screens, I'll have more screens. Don't worry, I'm getting to that one day. Now, finally, one of the things that I have suffered with in this my life is network. Network has finished. One of the reasons why I don't stream as much, because before I used to stream like live videos of me working in real time so people can ask me questions. And one of the reasons why I don't stream as much is because network was a challenge. And that was until I bought my MTN router. And this thing has helped me out like mad. Since I bought it, I don't have that big of network issues anymore. And I just solved this, and just solving this now, I can connect my phone, my laptop, my Mac, everything just connects straight into this, and the internet speed is actually good. I recommend it. I know a lot of people have reservations about MTN routers, but I've used MTN router. I had an Airtel router before, but the Airtel router kept on dropping network, so I had to go with MTN. So yeah, for network, go MTN. And finally, if you decide to go towards Mac as your future, please buy a Type-C dongle. You will need it like mad. Please buy a Type-C dongle. I bought my Type-C dongle and I use it to get everything from videos to connecting USB devices to connecting HDMI, because Apple doesn't have anything on their iMacs apart from just Type-Cs. So that is there. And please make sure that if you are buying that for like video purposes, you want to get a video output out of your Mac and doesn't have like a HDMI connector, make sure your Type-C dongle is plugged into the Thunderbolt ports. I made that mistake. Don't make it with me. So you just see a little bit of a lightning bolt on top the port or beside the port. I think it's basically one of the first two ports that you actually see on the Mac, but yeah, you can figure it out by yourself. So yeah, that's everything I actually use. Do you like the tool? If there any question you want to ask me about my setup, if there any question you want to ask me again, let me know in my comment section. I'll catch you in that video. So from now to the next video, please remember to improve every day, to grow constantly, and to dream endlessly. Love you guys.